Oh, Alexi, set a reminder to call my mom later.
Reminder set. Call mom.
Hey, Katie.
Hey.
Remember that team building exercise event that we talked about? What if we plan it for Saturday at 8 this weekend?
Yeah, that should work. Let's use that new office assistant that we have to book it.
Yes,
Yeah?
let's
Okay,
do that.
cool. Alexi, make a reservation for the team Saturday at 8 p.m.
No.
Oh. That's weird. It doesn't normally do that. I think maybe it's just still getting used to the sound of my voice.
Yeah, of course.
Alexi, set a reservation for the group Saturday at 8 p.m.
You are busy Saturday at 8 p.m.
Oh, well, Katie, if you're busy on Saturday, we can plan it for next week.
No, I'm not. I definitely have nothing on Saturday. Alexi, what do I have Saturday at 8 p.m.?
Are you kidding me, Katie? Seriously? MLS Cup, Saturday? Toronto FC hosting Seattle, I've told you about 100 times.
Yeah.
You're ridiculous.
Yeah, sorry.
This is man.
Sorry, Alexi.
And call your mom.
Welcome to Garbage Time, presented by Geico. I'm your host, Katie Nolan. Tonight, Alexi Lawless won't leave the office. He is still here walking around. I try to kick a regulation extra point. Guess how that goes. And Victor Cruz criticizes Josh Norman's clothes. Sorry, the prompter didn't go up. But first, guys, it's no secret, I'm not a huge college football fan. I know that's going to upset some people, but look, I want to love it. I very much want to love it. But I was born in the Northeast. I was raised in the Northeast, and I went to college in the Northeast at a school that got rid of their football program the second that I got there. So I just don't have that deep connection that college fans have to their team. But I'm jealous of it, very jealous of it. And so I really am trying to love it. And not for some honorable reason, like it being part of my job, but because if I can have an excuse to stay on the couch for Sunday and Saturday, why would I not take that? So this past weekend, I watched some of the championship games. And by like my 5th hour of doing that, so during the 3rd quarter of the first game, I noticed a trend that I, as a person who doesn't watch every Saturday, knew very little about: commercials for conferences.
Every day, all day, CUSA.
We are American, the conference of opportunity.
Because Max speaks louder than words.
We're not trying to be famous. We're working to be great. The Mountain West, champions in life.
Mountain West, we're working on it. We'll let you know when we get there. So, okay, I get it, that these are a thing, and that's fine. I'm not really sure what they accomplish, since, you know, to me, the best ad for your conference is the thing that happens between the ads for your conference. But, hey, I think the Big 12 should have 12 teams and the Big 10 should have 10, so what the hell do I know, right? But one of these conference commercials stood out among the rest.
The Southeastern Conference. What does it really mean? Yes, it means Saturday afternoon, but it also means Monday morning. And sometimes it is rocket science. It means all rise. Because it's true. In the SEC, it just means more.
Holy, what was that? What was that? I had a lot of questions, so this journalist here did a bit of research. You're welcome, and it turns out that is not the first creepy commercial the SEC has run this year.
Being a part of the Southeastern Conference, it means more than you might think. It means the heart of a home, in the heart of town, in the heart of an entire state. It means A1 and A2. It's taking the field, every field. It means all in the family, all together, and all alone. And it is so not a phase. Whatever it is, here, it just means more.
But it means more of nothing? You haven't said what it is. You've said nothing about football. There's too much to unpack here, but there are a couple things I think we should probably talk about. Number one, I'm certainly no mom of the year, but putting what appears to be a 3-second-old baby in a football helmet doesn't seem like a good decision. Those things aren't even safe for people with fully formed skulls. Although I have long said that Matt Stafford is Benjamin Buttoning, so Lions fans, get used to that. That's your QB in a few years. Second, call me a social justice warrior or whatever, but maybe we don't highlight the fact that a judge, a beacon of impartiality, has a big old soft spot for the Razorbacks. And it's a good thing college football doesn't have a complicated relationship with the justice system, or boy, would this be awkward. I couldn't find a recent ad for the Big 12, but you know, fingers crossed it doesn't feature Baylor staffers cleaning up around the office and sweeping some dirt under the rug. Issues with the ad aside, though, because there's just too many, you do have to admit that actress absolutely crushed it. Yeah. Whether she's talking loudly in the library or smiling at a jukebox with a selection as diverse as the bar it's in, her ability to augment reality really is something. I mean, she takes something so small and she just, you know, makes it bigger and bigger until it's much larger than I think anyone expected. How do you even prepare for a role like that?
Finally gonna get some junk in this trunk.
This program shows a rendering of what you can expect the gluteus to look like after the implant.
Could I see what it would look like kicked up just a couple points?
Sure.
A couple more? A couple more. That's my ass.
That is Wynn Everett. She's an Auburn grad, but boy, was she Vanderbilt for this. Point is, all these conferences have been making these really weird ads in essentially an echo chamber, since they only air during games that fans are already watching. And that's led us to a point where the SEC can run these insane commercials and think it isn't weird. But it is. It is weird, guys. These are some really weird ads. I want to say that I've never seen anything like them before, but actually, I have.
We live in an age of technological wonder. At the touch of a button, an infinite source of answers to any question we might ask. Except for one. The one we thirst for. The question that lies at the intersection of technology and spirituality. Who am I?
Oh, oops. Yeah, when your conference ads are starting to look like an ad for a cult, it's probably a good sign you should scale things back. Listen, SEC, we get it. You are good, and you think you're better than everybody else. But you're just a group of schools that play sports. There are a bunch of other groups of other schools that do literally all the same stuff as you. It doesn't mean more. You're just more mean about it, if we're honest. I'm not trying to be a jerk, don't be mad. I'm just trying to help you keep your feet on the ground here, you know? Sometimes these things can snowball and you don't even realize it. And you need a person on the outside to swoop in and be like, pump the brakes. You're just a football conference, guys. Scale it back just a little bit for me, because otherwise we are a few short years away from seeing a promo like this during an SEC game. Being a part of the Southeastern Conference, it means more than you might think. It means the heart of the home, the heart of campus, in the heart of town, and the heart of the entire country. It means we don't really need the United States. It means all in the family, and all of us together and all alone, as we form our own country, a sovereign nation that we can control. It means all rise as we stand together and form a new government for us and for our children. It is so not a phase. The SEC, it just means more of us and less of everyone else. Hey, it could absolutely happen, and you know it. Coming up, Victor Cruz and I make fun of all the stupid that NFL players are wearing this year. Sorry, Josh Norman. Welcome back to Garbage Time, guys. Despite a 24-14 loss to the Steelers in Pittsburgh on Sunday, the New York Giants are in the middle of an 8-4 season and currently in the #1 wildcard spot in the NFC. After the loss, though, Giants wideout and friend of the show, Victor Cruz, who wasn't targeted at all during the game, made headlines when he voiced his frustration about not getting the ball. So he came by the studio to talk about that, to talk about facing the Cowboys this weekend, and to talk about the fashion choices of NFL players around the league. And you know what? I think he's feeling better now. Victor Cruz, welcome back to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. Let's start. You're here with Gillette, so tell us what you're doing.
Yes, I'm here with Gillette Clinical Clear Gel. Helps you stay cool, calm, and collected. Just rub this on and you're good to go.
So this is for me? You brought
This
this
is
for
for
me?
you. It is men's deodorant, but
cool wave.
you know, whenever you're feeling exactly. That's the exact wave we were thinking.
Let's talk about the game Sunday. Tough game, obviously. You were a little angry afterwards. Not a football player.
Gotcha.
So like walk me through how you get to a situation where like you're not seeing any targets, and then what the next step is. Is it worth it to bring it up to the coach and the quarterback? Does that only make it worse?
The only way to combat that is to obviously have a conversation with the coach, have a conversation with Eli if need be, and just ask them what their mind is, what's their mindset in terms of moving forward. You know, am I a priority in terms of getting the football on this team, and renew our focus for the next game because it doesn't get any easier.
True. Do you think it's possible that Eli's just mad at you for doing the Manning face so accurately the last time you were on our show?
Potentially.
What was that face again?
It was just. It was like that, right? Was
You're
that
not going to get any targets next week either. I'm so sorry in advance.
We play the Cowboys, though. I have to get a catch.
That's true.
I have to.
I mean, you got a touchdown last time.
I mean, hopefully we can double that this time.
Yeah, so you guys are obviously the only team that beat them.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you do it?
As we know, football is a team sport, and when everybody's playing at a high level, playing together, we can be victorious. And I think we saw that on full display in week 1.
So you think you're going to win next week?
I don't just think, Katie. You know, I'm not a thinker. Dallas has played a lot of games inside that nice little bubble and nice weather. Come out and put some hand warmers on, and let's play some football.
Another thing you're known for, according to SI, you are the most fashionable athlete on the planet.
Did they put, is that on there?
It is.
Planet?
On Earth. Do you agree with that assessment?
I mean, let's be clear. The great people at Sports Illustrated are very, very smart. And they do nothing but make really, really great decisions. And I think that was one of their best decisions.
Yeah. You know, Cam Newton was briefly benched in a very costly way Sunday night because he didn't wear a tie on the team road trip. That's the story that's come out now.
Got it.
For a guy who cares so much about what he wears, do you buy that?
I don't buy that at all. I mean, just to be honest here.
Right?
I mean,
how do you remember your top hat, but you forget your tie?
Exactly. And all the accoutrements he puts in his hats.
Oh my God,
like,
the feather.
Yeah, it's bogus to me. I think, you know, you can't bench your best player for not bringing a tie. You might just give him a slap on the wrist and say, bring it next time. But you don't bench him.
And if you're going to bench him, maybe run the ball.
Maybe. Just maybe.
But speaking of fashion in the NFL, I want to play a game with you.
Okay.
It's called Dress Conference. We're going to look at some recent outfits from players around the league, and we're going to have you critique them and tell me what you think about them, because clearly fashion, not really my thing.
Okay.
Okay?
Got it. Love the sweater, though.
Thank you so much. It's very warm. All right, let's start with our first look. We've got Cam Newton. This was on Sunday.
Okay.
In a top hat and a turtleneck.
This is conservative for Cam.
It is.
In terms of all of his previous looks. This is rather conservative, so I'm not mad at it. He kept it chic, black, hat. This face is a little different.
A little different.
But I'm a huge fan of the lapel pin there.
What
because
is that?
I don't know. I can't really make it out. It looks like a ping pong paddle.
That's it.
Can't really
yeah,
make it out.
It's definitely a ping pong paddle. What about this look from earlier in the season?
This is interesting. This is a little Willy Wonka-esque here. The glasses are just...
Is there even glass in the glasses?
I don't think so.
Or are they just frames?
I think he can be poked in the eye right there.
Yeah, probably. It's very dangerous. Do you think this would look better on a woman?
Tough to tell.
Well, let's find
Tough
out.
to tell.
I think yes.
I think you proved it, yeah. That's true.
think...
It looks a lot better on you. Is that duct tape? What is that?
Let's go to the next picture. Next one, we've got Josh Norman. So, like, how do you feel about
It needs improvement, Katie. I'm not gonna lie.
Right, but how do you feel about the outfit?
It needs.
Next, we've got Ezekiel Elliott. This was at the draft, obviously.
The best thing is, Katie, here, not only are we confused about this look, but you see that guy's face right there? He's thoroughly confused at what he's looking at right now.
So confused. You're all professional football players. Short of like Vince Wilfork, I think you've all got.
For the most part, I mean, if you even lift half of the time in the NFL,
you're gonna have,
you have a decent body.
Is there anybody in the league that you really like love the way they dress?
My guy Eli. Eli, man, he looks like a professional quarterback every time you see him at that podium. He holds it down. Plus, I need some targets.
I was gonna say, this is smart.
What's up, B? Just throw me the rock, baby. I'm right here. And the right side of your outfit. Phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Crushing it. You guys, how amazing is Victor Cruz? I love him so much, and that's saying a lot because I'm a Patriots fan. Coming up, Rob Ryan's hair and Jeff Fisher's flags. But first, as part of my journey towards becoming a fan of college football, I spent the weekend in Indianapolis at the Big Ten Fan Fest. Check it out. Katie Nolan here. Wendy sent me to the Big Ten Fan Fest to find out which fans are more excited about the big game.
Wisconsin, baby! Woo, 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 woo!
Roar, Lions, roar.
We are.
Penn State.
We are.
Penn State.
I'm not.
Penn State.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, this seems easy.
Right?
Heads up!
Nine, Wisconsin. Da, 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 da.
What were those words? These fans are incredible.
This week on Thursday Night Football, the Kansas City Chiefs look to cool off the red-hot Oakland Raiders. This might be the best Thursday Night Football game of all time. The pressure's on. On me! I better not blow this promo. Okay. The Raiders remain atop the NFC West. Damn it! AFC West! Come on, promo guy. Can the Chiefs offense outscore Michael Crabtree and Amari Stoudemire? Amari Cooper, just give me one more chance. Can Andy Reid outsmart Jack Del Taco? With the division on the line, who will prove to be the MLB's best? The Cavs or the Warriors? It's America's favorite rivalry. Serena versus Venus Williams. Thursday Night Football. Royals, Athletics. Friday. Nailed it.
Jack Del Taco, new favorite. Welcome back to Garbage Time, guys. It's time for Ad Drop. Alexi, do Ad Drop for me. Did he leave? Oh, he left. Okay. First up, I'm going to add Micah, an adorable little hockey player who got to play between periods of Monday night's Capitals game, and he scored this great goal. I didn't want to give it away. And then, even better, he goes crazy celebrating. Look at this. Yes! 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 I love this. How's it feel, Micah?
I felt so happy.
So what are you looking forward to telling everybody tomorrow when you go back to school?
I'm going to say that yesterday I scored one goal at the Caps Stadium, and I was on TV.
My hands down favorite thing about kids when they talk is they're still figuring out when to breathe. So it's like, and then they talk, and they want to, and in the middle, and then they go to, okay, so I'm going to add, I'm adding a future hockey stud, so I'm going to drop current hockey stud Shane Gostisbehere. As much as I love him, I'm dropping him this week because one, he unfollowed me on Twitter. But more importantly, two, because when a Philly brewery announced this week that it will start selling a beer named after him called Ghost Bear, his representation released a weird statement about it, saying, quote, Shane Gostisbehere has not endorsed, authorized, nor is he affiliated with the beer product. It has been created without his knowledge or permission. Oh, so someone made a beer for you and didn't ask? Sorry. What? Also, should have been called Shane Got His Beer. So, you're welcome. Free idea. Next up, I'm going to add too much hair because even though it prevented Rob Ryan from putting on his headset in anger at the Bills' loss to the Raiders on Sunday, it still looked glorious. Look at, he's just like, no, get in the, I feel you, bro, but please don't cut it. And I'm going to drop too much coat because too much coat apparently means inability to find important things. At Sunday's Rams-Patriots game, Jeff Fisher fell victim to this when he was unable to find a challenge flag in his pockets. You got it, Jeff? Is that a, you got, Nope, that's a spearmint. Nope, let's just keep digging. It's in there somewhere, under all the Kleenex. What are you doing, Jeff Fisher? That's it for Ad Drop. I have nothing to say about that, man. Coming up, we get in on the hot new craze all you millennials are doing. Goat yoga. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Garbage Time, kids. Running out of time in the show, but there's some stuff we didn't cover. So before we go, some quick shout-outs. Shout out to 44-year-old Jaromir Jagr, who couldn't make a scheduled reunion of the 1992 Stanley Cup champion Penguins because he's still playing in the NHL. Said the other players, yeah, well, I own a car dealership, so. Shout out to John Wall, who had a career-high 52 points Tuesday night. Big year for Walls. Shout out to Goat Yoga, a new fitness trend catching on in New York and Oregon. It's the best use of goats since... That's just the best. Okay, and shout out to our Garbage Time Hero of the Week. This week, it's this guy. It's amazing because you think he's so close, and then you're like, oh, it's way back. Okay, that's all for this week, guys. Next week on Garbage Time, Cam Newton goes tie shopping, the Rams extend Jeff Fisher's extension, and Steve Kerr goes to White Castle. Big thanks to Alexi Lawless and Victor Cruz for stopping by, and to you guys for watching. Have a great week. Here's more garbage. And
being a part of the Southeastern Conference.
It's such a weird I can do it again. Does anyone know where I can get a cup?
Hey, Katie, look. MLS Cup, huh?
This is the Westworld look. Alexi, I forgot my line.